Hey guys, just wanted to show you this little mini cabin house thing I designed here on Google Sketch. And as you can see, it's pretty basic, it's simple, a lot of lines. I'm also going to do this to compare it to Home Design Studio. As you can tell here, I've got a lot of lines on the face of this, and it's very basic. So the control I'm using is kind of fun. I just hold down, and then as I move around with the mouse, it maneuvers around it. It's kind of easy to use. Zoom in and out with the scroll. Look around like that. So up here you can tell I've got that roof section cut out so that I can see inside of the bedroom. And everything in here I have to design by scratch, all the lines. So that whole bed I had to draw out myself. Same thing goes for all the windows. You just draw the squares and then you paint the windows on. So it's kind of weird. I cut out the back wall here so you can see inside. We're inside the living room. There's the kitchen and the dining, some stairs that go up. Sometimes the controls are a little hard. You end up running through walls pretty easily, getting stuck. Trying to look into the bathroom there, all that tile. So I'm going to go up to that top left corner, click on the pencil. That's going to draw these things out for me. Click on that corner. As you can see that blue line, it's trying to draw upward or downward. Now that I've changed the angle, it'll follow better. As you can see on the grid, it's following that green line. So it's pretty easy to use. And it'll follow the red line, showing me that I'm going in that direction. I got to move out of the way so I can get across. It's cool because it's smart and it aligns some of those pathways for you, so it makes the drawing a lot more quicker and faster. And we just go up, select the paint bucket, scroll through there until you find what you need. I believe it's under materials. Oh, it's on the landscaping. Click on whatever grass you want or whatever. Just changes it for you. Pretty simple. Again, everything you do in Google Sketch, you're doing completely raw, and you have to create yourself. So right now I'm going to show you how to draw my idea of a picnic table really quick. You see I made that 4 feet, 6 feet, and all you do is you kind of move the line in that angle, and then you type in the number with the apostrophe marks, and then hit enter, and it'll go into there, or quotation marks for inches. I'm going to speed this section up pretty quickly, but you'll just see how fast I can draw this out. I'm going to slow back down to show you this lift tool. It's pretty cool. You just select a surface and you drag on it. Same thing applies. You can type in 4 quotation mark and then it'll drag it out 4 inches. I think I do 2.5 right here. And sometimes it'll remember how far you're trying to select, so it'll naturally go to that same length, but it wasn't doing it with that bench seat. But once you have an item set where it needs to be, you can use another item and line it up and it'll go to that same length for you. Makes it that faster. So you're about to see a purple line, and what that means is it's perpendicular as in like a 45-degree angle, or it's parallel and is continuation of a line after it's hit a mark. And there's the finished kind of picnic table on the front lawn. I just don't care to keep doing angles to finish it. So there you go. So we're at the back of the mini house or the cabin, just to mess with some of the camera work they have in here. It looks like I selected walk. And it moves really slowly in the directions. It's kind of painful to put up with. Um, and this is really weird. When you go over an object, it tries to jump it. You can't walk through stuff. Really odd. I don't know how to go up and down. You fall and go up, you know. It's kind of weird. I guess you just start where you start. That's how you move up and down. I don't remember how, but I believe you can set it up to where you put your camera in a certain area and then hit save, and then you move up to a different location and hit save, and the program will make a video for you of your camera doing the flybys. Last thing I want to show you before we move on to Home Design Studio is you can select that guy or any other item that is not touched to any other face and drag it anywhere. So we're going to move this 6'2" proud man onto his newly installed lawn next to his nice newly installed picnic table. So moving on to Home Design Studio, when you first open it you get this quick start. If you click any of those things on the side you can kind of build a house based off of that. I think it's annoying though, so I just start drawing walls. You hold and click down until you get the length you want, or you can do what you can do in Google Sketch and type in, 30 foot 6 inches, and the wall length, depending on which way you're aiming it, will draw out that far. It's pretty basic, and then to start your next wall you just click on that bottom corner you ended on and just keep going around. It's a lot easier and faster than CAD software, and is in when we were using the Google Sketch, all those walls are paper thin, and here you can set the thickness to be like 6 inches or 8 inches. Right now I think everything's set to 4 inches. So to talk money wise, Google Sketch used to be free. I don't know how much it costs now per month or whatever. Got bought out by somebody else. This program is $200, and I think it just lasts for a lifetime. You don't have to redo anything, and you'll see why it's worth the money though. It's pretty great. So right now what you're looking at is just the floor plan of a cabin that I built a long time ago and I don't even remember making, but it looks pretty cool to me. So here's our outside view, and you can see I'm in helicopter mode, which allows me to fly around the cabin freely. It's kind of that same way the tool in Google Sketch where you just click and then move your mouse around. It just kind of swivels around there. I'm going to switch to the floor plan satellite. So this lets you look down at it without a roof over it. It's pretty cool. It's probably my favorite view out of all this. You can see I'm hovering over the kitchen and living. Kind of moved over the hallway now, over the bathroom. It's pretty neat. Now you can see when you click on regular satellite, it just has the roof on it. It's pretty good for landscapes though, and you want to look at your property in a different way. We'll switch back to that helicopter, and we're going to do the walk, and this walking is a lot better than in Google Sketch. It's way easier to use. You move around a lot faster. And I'm going to point out that television's on the floor, but you can go in and change object elevation so that it's set to like 3 feet in the air instead of being on the floor. Going back to our floor plan. I forgot how to do it, but you select on it and you can move it around. So as you look at the floor plan, you can see where all the windows are, those white rectangles in the walls, and you can just click on it and then drag it in, and the windows will automatically install themselves when you go into the 3D view. Unlike in Google Sketch, you have to draw all the windows yourself, and they don't look as nice either. You can also see there's tons of furniture that's available to be used, whereas in Google Sketch you have to draw everything. So in here I can just click on kitchen stuff and drag it in, click on doors and drag them in. Everything's already pre-made for you to go and put it in. Got a nice place. Look at that. I even got paintings on the wall with a clock. Got a nice kitchen going on. The paint in here is a lot cooler. It's a nice cabin. Got kitchen knives and a sink. A little window. So what I'm trying to show you right now is how you go up in elevation and down. I'm on a Mac, so I just hit Control and then click again. That's kind of like a a right mouse click on a regular mouse. I've designed the high ceiling so you can stick like, elk heads in here or something cool. Now like Sketchup, you do get stuck in walls and stuff, but usually doesn't make you go slower or anything. And as you can see, all that furniture pre-designed just looks amazing compared to the other bed that I drew. So I didn't really touch on this part when using SketchUp, but like I said in there, everything is raw, you have to draw yourself. I've spent hours drawing trees before, whereas in here, you just go into plants and select trees and scroll down to whatever you want. You're just going to pick a tree. You even got winter trees, that's cool. Pick a tree and then drag it over and drop it down. And I don't know why these trees came out really, really tiny. I know you can change the maturity in a different setting located in that same window I'm using. I think if you click on the little blue icon, you can switch it there. See, we go in the visuals. That's the satellite view. Once I switch, you can see those trees are like, for some reason, 2 feet tall. I know those trees get big. You can edit them to be the same size as the house, get them up to be 18 feet tall and whatnot. I don't know why they're so little. I want to show you something cool. We're inside the bathroom, and it's really easy to paint in this. All you do is select what you want and drag it over, and it'll go for you. So right here, I don't want the wood in my cabin getting wet by the shower, so I'm going to put some bricks over it. Some of that cool stone that ended up going on the wrong wall, but it works anyways. You just drag it here only, or unless you want to do the entire exterior or interior in the same thing, it'll do it all in one go. It's really neat. So nice and easy, and it looks really good. More textures than Google Sketch. The last thing I want to show you guys is the different visuals you can look at your house through. Here we're going to go into a clear vision, which is kind of cool. It's just basic lines, somewhat clear, somewhat translucent. This isn't really something you can do in Google Sketch to its degrees. It's kind of cool. You can see how all those furnitures are designed. And we're going to switch to wire. That one's cool too, just straight up sketches. A little trippy. Materials wire doesn't really do anything different, just gives color to what things might look like. And then this one's my favorite, when you go into the framing and you see what the wood would be like and all that structure. Sometimes it's accurate, sometimes you need a little bit more in there. So that's kind of cool. And that's the difference between Sketch and Home Design Studio. So Home Design Studio is kind of a lot better. I like it a lot. But Google Sketch is good for if you want to design smaller landscape things, like if you want to design your kid's playground or an arbor for your mom's backyard garden, then Google Sketch is a good way to go for that.